Hi there, my name's Steve. Welcome back to my channel. This is Tuning Shed. Today we're going to have a quick chat about Austen's 2.7 turbo rear-wheel drive Mark II Golf. So there's not a massive amount online about this Golf. So you know, Austen I met a few years ago now. It was with this Golf, actually, in fairness. It was running on the stock management at the time. We had a couple of brief chats and he went various different directions with it over the years. But I met him a few years ago. And when he phoned up initially, I was like, it's a what? It's a V6? It's a V6 Golf? Yeah. Or VR6? No. It's the 2.7 V6. It's actually out of an all-road, an A6 all-road, I think, at the time. So he told me a bit about the car, and I'm already interested. So we touched base on some other projects and bits and pieces until last year. Austen gave me a call and said, I've had enough with the management that's in it. Can we try and move forward with something different? So we got involved. I'm quite happy that we did. It's a great car. I genuinely love it. I love, as you know, if you have anything to do with this channel or watch me a bit and see what we're doing, I really love it when someone's made something that a little bit batshit, to be quite frank. It's a little bit interesting, a little bit batshit. I've never seen anything like it before. And the fact that it's a road car, you know, it's completely fully road legal. I mean, this thing's putting down 485 horse to the wheels. So as you can imagine, it's a bit of a handful. I'll run down through it in my mind. I hope Austen doesn't mind. As I say, there's not much about this car on the internet because he's another one of those entities that I love, where he's not building it for like Instagram likes or for this YouTube. He's not interested in it. He just wants to build this car. He wants to go as fast as he possibly can in this car, and I just absolutely love that. He's just not interested in the YouTube and all the rest of it. I genuinely love that. So when I sort of asked him if I could do a video, he's like, "Yeah, do what you want, mate." I said, "You sure?" Yeah, just do what you want. The car's all good now. He's like, yeah, fine. So yeah, here we are. I'm doing a quick 10-minute chat about this car. So I'm waffling. So I will explain to you what this car is to the best of my knowledge, my ability. So if I am wrong, Austen, I apologise. It's only going from what's in my mind from what you've done. So to start with, Austen had a track car, Mark II Golf GTI. Was doing lots of track days in it, and then, like we all do with our track cars, all of a sudden it got a bit carried away. So I think he had, as I understand it, he had an A6 all-road with this engine in it, and him and Ollie, his brother, decided that it would be a good idea to put this engine in this car. So now, Austen and Ollie, they run a company called Grants BMW. They're BMW specialists over in Wellington, and they're top of their game. So if you need anything BMW-wise, just shoot over there. They're the boys. So they had lots of BMW bits hanging around also. So I'll run through from the front to the back how it is now. I mean, it's been various guises over the time. As it stands now, it is BMW E90 M3 crossmember, BMW E90 M3 uprights, BMW E90 M3 steering rack. Steering rack we're controlling with the MaxxECU. So as he slows down, the steering gets lighter. As he speeds up, it gets, you know, far more, as the E90 does, like sporty. So so that's the front end. He's fabricated that front crossmember into the vehicle. He's then made some mounts up to mount the now fully forged 2.7 engine. It's now fully forged. We've got the Garrett, I think it's the G30 660 turbo. As I say, fully forged, or everything that you can think of that is normally done. We're running 1000cc injectors, obviously a custom front mount, custom exhaust. We're running exhaust gas back pressure, exhaust gas temperature. We've got just sensors everywhere we possibly could that was reasonable. So Austen has then made up an adapter plate to convert the Audi engine to a BMW gearbox. They are running, as I remember, an E90 ZF manual gearbox. That is on the back of that with a custom flywheel, custom clutch, of course. Moving back further, so from the back of the gearbox, We've then got a custom prop shaft. That goes to an E39 M5 rear end, essentially. So it's got the LSD from the E39. It's got all of the rear suspension, the rear hubs. Everything is E39 on the rear end, as I gather it. Again, Austen, I apologise genuinely if it's not quite true. When he's reeling off like what he's done to this, it's sort of going in, and it is going in to an extent. But there's so much. He must have a spreadsheet of every time he's trying to phone up to order a wheel bearing or something. It must just be absolutely mental. So the registration, if you were to phone a parts place and give them this registration, they'd laugh at you. I'm sure they would. It's just that the registration is like of no relevance whatsoever anymore. Front light bulbs, perhaps. But so what I do like about the car as well is it's got an interior. It's not got back seats or anything. It's got a cage in there, but it does have like some, they're livable daily seats you could have. It's got some nice Sparco, I'll show you in a moment. But we've got harnesses and normal seat belts, but it's got a full dash. It's got carpets. You can get in this and just drive it to the shops. So the latest incarnation as to why it's here is it's got 3 fuel pumps in it. It's got a lift pump in the tank and a swirl pot with 2 044s. Now, it was getting a bit frustrating, Austen was saying. He was sort of getting in these 2 044s howling. If you've ever had an 044 in your car before, you'll know what I'm saying. But so he has now installed 2 Jaguar PWM modules. They're at the later F type, and I'm going to put the part number up because that's kind of what this video is as well. I quite like to sort of in most of my videos we'll sort of go through and explain what we've done and for why, and if we can save a bit of money at the same time, then brilliant. So these Jaguar PWM modules are designed for controlling a fuel pump. They cope, they'll easily cover a 20 amp fuel pump. So the 044s, it's laughing at them really. So they're pulling about 10, 11 amps, I think, on full wide open. So both of these pumps are now controlled with a PWM module per pump. One of them's running consistently, or like in a normal fuel pump, as a normal fuel pump would, and then the other one is coming in when we get into our higher boost levels. They're both coming in gradually and just maintaining our fuel pressure in the rail. Obviously, we've got a fuel pressure sensor in there so that we can monitor it, and the ECU is bringing those pumps in and out as expected. So now we can get in that car and we can start the car, and it just sounds so much more reasonable in there. It's much, much nicer. So we've now got a car that's, as I say, doing 485 horsepower to the wheels. You can get in it and drive it down to the shops. It just drives like I'm not brave enough to drive this on the road, and it's pissing down outside. So Austen will, and I know it'll go up the road and sideways, but that's by the by. So yeah, he's now got a car. You can get in, turn the key, and it'll just drive quite amicably and even be reasonably, it's not going to like break your ears through driving around with these 2 fuel pumps howling their little knickers off. So that's the car. It's got all sorts of cool stuff on there, and I'm hoping that what I'll have done is, whilst I've been talking, I'll have been cutting rather professionally to some sort of walk-arounds of the car. You never know. I'm getting used to this YouTube now. But although I do say this is a road car, yes, it's road legal in every sense that a Mark II Golf, safety-wise, should be legal. It will go straight for an MOT. Everything is way above the standard for an MOT. It's a really good conversion. But it is a track car. Like, make no mistake, this gets abused and used, and the amount of WhatsApp messages I get of this thing, like going broadside round it down at Quarry and Coombe and stuff. It is a track car, and they use it as a track car. It's got lots of extra fire extinguisher bits and pieces they put in. Obviously, as I say before, roll cage harnesses, all of those things. So, as I say, though, hopefully that gives you some insight into Austen's car. I mean, Austen has done everything himself. There's nothing. I have not built any of this car. All I have done is build him an engine wiring loom. We've mounted a MaxxECU race just in the footwell, and we've made it run and tuned it. But I have had nothing to do with the ins and outs of it. It's all down to Austen. It's a proper full-on home build, and it just makes me smile when we get stuff like this in, because it just shouldn't really be in there, should it? But obviously, we're in my dyno cell. It's on the dyno. we want to see this and listen to this run up, don't we? So let's do this now. And there we go. Doesn't she sound wonderful? Now, it's not what you see every day. It's not what you're expecting that Golf to be. You know, it just looks like a Golf with nice wheels on and, you know, a bit lowered from the outside normally. So, yeah, really, really cool. Really, really pleased that we've seen it. And I hope he has some wondrous miles round Coombe and wherever else he takes this. I hope to be on a track with him at some point this year. You never know. I've no doubt I'll be looking at the back of it, or at least the side of the damn thing. But yeah, thanks again for joining us. I know YouTube is full of all sorts of different stuff, and just for you to watch me, I genuinely appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy my ramblings. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Look after yourselves. Drive carefully. Don't forget to like and subscribe.